No, man, but you got to keep going. What am I going to do, quit? That's not an option. You got to keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it. You make it work for you. You never give up, man. That's my philosophy.
Hey, gardeners, I hope you're all having a great week. And before we get this very first community show of 2026 going, I just wanted to extend a huge thank you to all of you in our community. I know I say it all the time, but it's probably a good moment right here as we're getting everything going here in 2026 to say it once more time. You guys really make this community really, really awesome. I enjoy being here every weekend with you, and I really, really look forward to everything we've got growing on coming up here in 2026. So this community show is for you, and I hope to see all of you here today joining in with us because, again, this community is just really, really amazing. Thank you so much for joining up with us here each and every weekend to see what we've got growing on here on the Let's Get Growing show. And to all of those of you who are new and just joining us for the first time, thank you as well. So, all right, everybody, let's get growing. All my passionate plant people and garden enthusiasts. Welcome to the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. I'm Enoch. I'm your host today, and today is a community show. That's right. You are the guest today. You, the audience, are the guest today on our first community show of 2026. Here we are. I hope you're all ready to go. Let's get growing for sure. All right, everybody. Again, thank you so much, as I said there at the top of the show, for being here. It's just so wonderful to come and hang out with all of you. And it's so awesome to be able to do these new. I mean, we got them started last year, or really the year before last, with our Halloween show. Such an awesome experience this last year to spend several shows throughout the year where we all get to come together and hang out here live on the show, sort of like a radio call-in show, right? This is where you get the chance to take our link. We'll post a link here in just a little bit, and you'll get to come and join with us here on the show live on video as well too. Got to be video, not like radio. This is video as well, but come and join with us live on the show. Come hang out, talk about your gardens, talk about what you got growing on, or if you do have a small channel as well too, where you got something growing on over there, you can come on this show here and give a little shout out to everybody and let everybody know what you are doing over on your channel too. So lots and lots of fun here today ahead for us. So really great again to have you all here. I do want to mention also at the top of the show, roll call is something new that we're doing here in 2026 here on the show. Roll call. This is at the top of the show. This is where you want to get in right at the very beginning, and you want to join in with us and let us know what you have growing on and all that. So you jump into the chat there, let us know what you got growing on, let us know where you're from, all of that sort of stuff, and we'll give you a shout out here in just a little bit on the show. And because today is a community show, we're going to do something a little bit different this year with our community show. Last year we were doing our community show, we'd get together, me and you would hang out, we would talk, and we'd conversate about all the sort of things that we've got growing on in our gardens. But we're going to add something a little bit different to the show this year, and really, it's adding a co-host. We're going to add a co-host. I've been enjoying this. We got a new co-host for our green room coming up on Monday nights. We got our co-host on the book club, and now for our community shows, we're going to do a co-host as well too. We're going to have our good friend Jay joining with us here just a little bit later on, instead of at the end of the show like we were doing last year on the community show. We're going to have Jay with us for the whole show. So it'll be me and Jay both together getting to talk with all of you out there and see what you all have growing on and everything too. So that'll be a fun kind of new way for us to do this gardening show for us, or this community show. Of course, it's a gardening show. I mean, that's what we're all here for. But anyways, let's go ahead and right here at the top of the show, go ahead and click that like button, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to be notified of all of our upcoming shows, and share with all of your friends. Let them know that we are here each and every weekend right here on the Urban Gardener channel. And yeah, we are now your 3-day gardening weekend here on the Let's Get Growing show. We have extended our show out for 3 days into Monday evening. But we are here every Saturday and Sunday as usual, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, somewhere around 7 p.m. for those of you over in the UK, and bright and early, 4, 5 in the morning or so for all of our friends over in Australia as well too. But yeah, same time, same place right here for us Saturday and Sundays. But we did add a new show, The Green Room, on Monday evenings. That's Monday evenings now with our good friend Natalie from The Fresh Princess. We're there at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we look forward to seeing you this Monday night for our next. It'll be our third one. We're already on our third Green Room show coming up this Monday night. Also, a huge shout out to all of you who are joining with us on the replay. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Really, really appreciate you joining with us here on your time. And if you can, definitely jump into our comments down below. Yeah, there it is. Comments. Jump into our comments down below. Let us know you're here. Let us know what you got growing on. Love to hear from you, even if you just want to drop by and say hi and let us know you are here. And if you're here with us today on the show live, join in the conversation in our chat. And again, let us know you're here for roll call coming up. And if you do have any questions or comments, we want to hear them. We're going to have lots of guests. These are going to be the folks that you get to hang out with in the chat each and every weekend. So maybe you have a question you want to ask them right here while they're live on the show with us. So when we get our guests jumping in with us, definitely drop into the chat with some questions as well too. We'll try to get those put into the chat. All right, everybody. Again, thank you all so much for being here. I can't say it enough. Like I said, I say it all the time. That's what I said at the front. I can't say it enough. But again, thank you all for being here. It's great to have you here. And as I mentioned too, last week and the week before, we all are doing another thing that's kind of new this year as well too. We are doing our snapshots of the week. These are things that we're going to be featuring, or photographs of your gardens, your things going on in your garden. Could be all sorts of stuff, your garden pet, what you got growing on, maybe some starts, maybe all sorts of things. Just send us some cool pictures from your garden, and we'll have those featured on our breaks throughout 2026 here. So I want to see all of your great garden pictures. So definitely send those in to us here at the Urban Gardener at mail.com. And just let us know who you are, that snap the pictures and tell us a little bit about the picture, and we'll try to get those featured throughout the year here. So I want to see those pictures. I know all of you out there got some great things that you got growing on in your gardens, or you're getting things started up and all of that. I want to be able to feature your guys' pictures in your gardens throughout the show throughout this year as well too. So definitely get those pictures in. I've only gotten one person so far, one person, other than some contributors that already do things for the show. But we've gotten one person from the audience so far who sent in some pictures for us that we featured this last week. And we got another one we'll feature during this weekend as well, too, on Sunday and Monday. But definitely take the opportunity to send in your pictures here at the Urban Gardener at mail.com. And let us know what you've got growing on in your garden. I look forward to seeing all of this stuff throughout the year that you all have growing on in the garden. And real quick here, let's do a real quick rundown of what we've had growing on here. If you didn't get a chance to check out our show last week we had our good friend Destin Note from Texas Garden Guy and the Garden Party podcast with us, joining us on the Saturday show. It was really great, fun conversation to catch up with him, as well as we had returning to the show, Sean and Allison from Spoken Garden. They were here for our Are You Following Me? So that was a really great, fun show last Saturday. It's so awesome to be able to reconnect with those awesome gardeners. You'll want to go back and check out that conversation if you didn't have a chance to yet. We also got to talk to and catch up again with our good friends Christopher Bransdahl from Norway and Kang Starr joining us from the Lone Star State of Texas. These two guys are my original live stream cohorts, and it's great to catch up with them every couple of months throughout the year and see what what they've got growing on. So they were with us this last Sunday to get 2026 started out. And for our Monday night, the Green Room show with me and Natalie, we had Joe Lample join in with us. Joe did kind of, he kind of got his timing a little off for the show. So you'll definitely want to have to move a little bit forward past all of that to find the conversation with Joe. We did stay a little bit later and had a little bit longer show just because Joe got in a little bit late. We wanted to make sure we had a nice full conversation with him, and it was really awesome to get to hear from him and talk all about gardening and his own shows and things that he's done. As far as he had his Emmy award-winning Growing a Greener World show and all of the other different things that he's done in television and gardening too. So great conversation. You want to go back and check that out too. All right, everybody. Also, third Sunday of the month coming up here. I know this is the last day of January, but we're moving right into February, and our February selection for our monthly gardening book club with me and our good friend Mark Boucher Colbert, Mr. NBC. This month we're featuring Willie Galloway's Veggies for Breakfast. So you're definitely going to come and join with us here this month or February. The third week, I think it's the 16th, I believe, is our monthly gardening book club for this 16th or 15th. I'm not sure, but it's the third Sunday. I will tell you that for sure. I should have that number for you guys ready there, but we'll get it in there. I'm sure Jay might even drop that in and clarify that for me in the chat as well too. And also, everybody, be sure to come and join with us tomorrow. We are here again, like I said, 3 days for the weekend, just starting today here on Saturday. We'll be back for the Sunday edition tomorrow. We've got another appointment with our good friend, Dr. Jeffrey Pierce will join with us to talk a little bit. We're going to talk about blue zones tomorrow and how that has to do with and pertains to gardening and all of that sort of stuff as well too. So it's going to be a great conversation. You won't want to miss that out on that as well too on our show tomorrow night, and then or tomorrow day, Sunday edition. Tomorrow, Monday night. I got to get these clarified because here it's so different adding a third show to the whole lineup here. But Monday night we're gonna have the Suburban Gardenista. She's our trivia for the Saturday show. We'll see her next week. We don't have trivia this week, but we'll see her next week for trivia. But you can catch up with her on Monday night for our green room with Natalie from the Fresh Princess. And then our other guest is Michael Overstreet from the Garden Nerd. He'll be joining with us as well too for the conversation. So like I said, we got lots of awesome things growing on here. And later on at the end of today's show, I'll let you know about what we've got growing on next week as well too, because we got even more awesome, great, fun gardening conversation and talk here on the Let's Get Growing show next week as well. So right on, let's get moving on today. We got a really awesome, fun show for you all today. Like I said, today is our community show. So that means today you are the guest. You, the viewer, are the guest today. So definitely join in with us today when we share that live link with you here in just a few minutes. We'll get that live link out to you all there in just a minute. So, all right, everybody. Like I said, one of the things that we're going to be doing a little bit differently with our community show this year is we're going to have a co-host, and everybody's really familiar with our co-host. Let's go ahead and welcome to the show our good friend, the J-Bot. The J-Bot. All right, everybody. Here, I got to actually make sure I got this set real quick. I got to get prepared for all of this sort of stuff here. But let's go ahead and welcome to the show our good friend, Jay Dixon, our show facilitator and backstage producer all around. Let's Get Growing. Co-host today for our community show. So right on, Jay. Thanks for being here. I love the hat. Okay, now let's see here. What do we got? I get it. There we go. How appropriate. This is wonderful.
I got the impression to be a host on this show, a flat cap is one of the things that aids in being a good host.
That's right. This just happened to be a fashion statement I caught on to, maybe I would say almost a year or two before I started my channel. And I had already had myself maybe about a dozen different hats, and I was wearing them around and different things and all of that. When I started the show, I was like, "Oh, that's got to be that's what I got to be. That's got to be a part of my persona on my channel is the flat cap." And so it's just been the things ever since. It's great. I love it, Jay. Thank you.
What happened is my partner sometimes helps a friend of his who does some karaoke once in a while.
Yeah.
And as a joke, his friends, like his friend group in here, all got flat caps because that's what he wears. So they're going to surprise him by
Oh,
all
nice.
wearing flat caps. And then he said, well, my partner says
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
well, wait a minute.
We know another person.
I know another person that would be perhaps amused if you were to use the flat cap that we're using to amuse somebody else. So
Right on. That's awesome. That's so great. Okay, right on. Let's see here. So we've got this whole new thing. I don't know if I want to, let's see here. I want to make sure we're catching on and getting everybody here in there, because I know, because me and you both are on screen right now, that's going to make getting through our chat a little fun today, but we'll do the best we can here, everybody, and hopefully we'll get you all highlighted for. You want to go ahead and jump into this right now? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do our roll call.
My name is Kevin. Yeah. That is my name. Yeah. They call me Kevin. Yeah. Because that's my name. Roll call.
All right, everybody. This is the time here for you to all jump into the chat and let us know you're here. We'll try to get to as many people as we can here. Today's a community show, so we're going to try to make sure we get a chance to say hi to everybody there. And of course, we definitely got to say hi to our facilitator, right? That's what we do at the top of the show every day. Jay, thank you for being here. Thanks for facilitating. We've got you live with us on screen right now, but let's go ahead and jump in and start saying hi to everybody we got in the chat. And of course, right at the top of the show, we've got our good friend David from Bowtie Live. He says it's going to be an exciting show today. And you want to know one of the reasons why it's going to be an exciting show today, Jay? Because we know we're going to see David from Bowtie Life. He's going to be here for sure. You know it. He's going to be popping in here in just a little bit here for sure. So like he says, community shows are always fun.
Yes, yes. So Mighty Puddles Farm says good evening to us. Great. She's starting to do live streams, and I believe she's been on her third one. And this week, when she did her live stream, she had her first guest. So every live stream, she's stretching herself to learn more and do more. And we are really proud of her for taking that chance.
We're going to have some competition for Muddy Puddles Farm down the road, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Excellent. Thank you. And then we also got Dusty Flats, of course. It's always great to see you, Dusty, in the chat. Thank you for being here. It's really awesome to see you.
And Rick Fillion, waking up on the other side of the world to be with us. We are grateful every time you're here. Thanks again.
That's right. That's right. Thanks for joining us from the future, Rick. It's always great to see you. And then we've got Farmer Marshall. Awesome, Farmer Marshall. Great to see you, man. Awesome to have you in the chat with us. It's always great to see you here with us.
And Eddie Lyles becoming quite a regular for us. Hi, Eddie.
Excellent, excellent. And JC Smith, great to see you too. Great to have you here with us today.
And Rob's Attic, which is Rob's Allotment Gardening. And good day, all. Hope you are okay. Yeah, I think I recall that you are either already planting onions or just about to. So good to see you here again.
Good time to do it. Good time to do it too, for sure. And then we got Robin Gardens, of course. Love seeing Robin in the chat with us each and every weekend, joining us from Chicago. And she says it's a balmy 24 degrees Fahrenheit. The highest temp in a couple of weeks. Sun is in and out. Right on, right on.
So this is Eddie clarifying to us. He was saying he's in North Alabama. He's got leeks, onions, cabbage, and broccoli seedlings, and just planted hot pepper seeds. Wow, you are way ahead of me. I can't believe that
Mhm.
you're already got stuff growing. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Simplify Gardening, our good friend Tony O'Neill joining us from Simplify Gardening. Tony, it's always great to see you. Thank you for blessing us and joining us in the chat there. And it's again, like I said, always awesome to see you.
Okay. And Adam Burley, who is our other moderator. Hello, everyone from Central Point, Oregon, just down the road from Enoch. And Adam, since I am being a host today, if you can help us at all in the chat, that would be fantastic. But
Oh, yeah.
no pressure there, but it would be great if you can help us out.
No problem. Thanks, Adam. It's awesome to see you as always. Thank you so much. And then again, Farmer Marshall's also saying he's there in Georgia, 8A. It's cold and snowy down there in Georgia right now. And he's also getting ready to start his seeds soon.
Great. And Shawnee Grows, she has a very fantastic channel and does pop-up live streams. And she helps different channels with doing much like what I do with the facilitation moderation. And she is saying, whoops, I'm just going to slide back to that one
No,
for a
that's all right.
second.
It's just she's
Um,
talking about the hat.
The hat,
Yep,
yes.
yep,
So
yep.
I wanted to
There
kind
we
of
go.
highlight that. Yeah.
I just want to highlight other folks there. We've already said hi to anybody else. I hope we didn't miss anybody. I'm going to try to run through here real quick because, like I said, we're both on screen right now, and so it's a little bit difficult for us to make sure we're both keeping an eye on this chat here. So I'm going to scroll through here. Just make sure we said hi to everybody. Make sure we're not missing anyone. But yeah, looks like we're good right now. Everybody's in the chat. So again, everybody, thank you for being here. And also, too, this is a community show. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick here. And where is my... I'm going to grab a link here real quick. And then I'm going to put this link right into our chat for all of you so that we can start letting everybody load up here into our backstage if you're all ready. And again, too, want to see everybody here in the backstage. If you haven't, especially if you haven't been on the show yet, hint, hint, I know there's a couple of folks who haven't taken advantage of our community shows yet. So let's go ahead and see if we can't maybe talk one of those folks in there. Rob, talk one of those folks into jumping in with us and saying hi on the show today for our community show. But there's a link for you right there in the chat. And we'll see who drops in here with us, Jay. But until we get some folks dropping in with us or anything, let us know a little bit about what you've been doing in your garden there this last week.
Quite frankly, we're under between 2 and 5 feet of snow. So the amount of outdoor gardening we're doing is a little light at this time. I would call it pretty close to zero. So
you go. I feel you there.
Where we accumulate snow here is anywhere from about I'm just over 5 feet tall, so my reference is about armpit height to my height, and that is just about everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, for the accumulations, for where we had to put snow piled up. In some areas, it's actually 2 of me high. In terms of that. So in real people world, that's about 10 feet. That's in piled up areas, but we're at the stage now where we're starting to run out of room to put snow. So that's kind of what's happening. One of the things I do to keep myself in relatively good gardening condition, the best gardening condition I know to be in, I am shoveling, and Bowtie can absolutely relate to this when we see him a little later on, but I shovel excessively with snow, and I usually do it in costume because why not, right?
Right.
So today, for example, I shoveled just before the show and had a little bit of a rest just before the show, 20 minutes or so to myself, and then right in here, and I was a seagull shoveling for 5 hours.
Oh my. That's so great.
So in my little village, I do the pathways and I do the, we have sort of like 2 community centers, One
Mhm.
small one with a pool and things like that, and another one that's more like the big event place. And I basically go around and make sure that the entrances and exits are super clear, that the people have the standards of the cleaning from the parking lots in, so that people who are disabled or elderly can have a really good, easy way in. I clear the main public paths so that people, again, can walk their dogs, go out with their grandkids, get some exercise and sunshine themselves. And people have said that it's made their ability to kind of congregate and hang out for darts and cards and crafts and all that kind of thing
Yeah.
with their friends, winter shut-in thing, they can actually know they can get there and get there safely because I spend all of those hours making it really clear. So it's kind of boring, but it's kind of important. So, oh, and regarding the link I will make to gardening for it is that snow shoveling I snow shovel for 3.5 to 7 hours a day. We'll call it 5 hours on average. That puts me in pretty good gardening shape for shoveling and raking in May, which is
Yeah.
when the vast majority of that happens. So,
Wow. Right on, right on. Well, excellent. Before we get moving on to our community show today, let's go ahead and answer a question. Serena jumped in there asking, how long are melon, onion, beet, and green or herb seeds good for past the seed packet date? I like the question. It's a good question. I mean, that's something that we all wonder is, we got our seeds and how long can I keep these? I mean, we're not going to plant. Most seed packets got a lot of seeds. So a lot of times we're not going to plant all of them in that first season, right? So we might have some left over. We got to think about how long they're going to last. But Jay, what was your advice? I'll ask you first before I tell you what I think. But what would
well,
your advice on this question be?
I have 2 bits of advice that are coming to mind right now. Is 1, know what you do to store them ideally, which is basically cool, dry, dark.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is fussy details, but cool, dry, dark. If you keep your seeds that way, they have a longer life than is usually indicated. If you care about each of those seeds, the important thing would be to look up each one of them and see the usual life for them. For example, my
Mm-hmm.
understanding is that onions can be short, whereas
Yep.
some other ones can be longer. So you would
Yep.
want to research each of them. And the third thing I would say, I know I said 2, but here we go. I'm taking liberties as opposed to
Yeah.
flat cap,
Right.
is if you really care to save time and effort later, do germination tests so that
Yep.
you are more sure that you're not going to be wasting effort later on. So take, say, for an example, 10 seeds, do germination testing, see what that germination rate is, extrapolate from there, and then get planting, get growing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And just to kind of add on to that, because I agree, you said most of what I would say there too, is that you can't really go by like you think like a larger seed would last longer, smaller seed it's not really like that much. There are just ones that just don't last as long as some others. And like I've found, for me especially, it's always best to grow fresh lettuce green seeds. So I'll save my seeds each year to grow the next year. Same, like you said, with onions, very, similar one where you want to do that. But it is true. It is something you're going to want to do. You're going to want to do that research for each individual type of plant that you're growing in order to really kind of understand kind of what is known about how long a lot of those seeds will last. And then your best bet from there too is to do, like you said, seed germination tests. If you're really wondering, you could take like 10, 20 seeds or something and, kind of, I usually do 10 because, you're just kind of looking for a percentage, and I'll do like maybe 2 or 3 sets of 10, and then I'll see how many out of that 10 sprout on each one of them. And it kind of gives me an idea about what the percentage rate is of those seeds that are going to be viable. But all seeds really are going to kind of, year after year, going to be less and less viable for the most part. It's just a part of aging. Some seeds will last a long time and some won't.
I have to say that there can be a difference in the quality of the companies and the quality of the packaging.
There, yeah.
Because
No,
some of
me
the
too.
packaging that I've gotten,
Yep. Whoop.
I have some seed, sorry. Got
Okay.
a seed in my throat. Some of the seed I've had where I've opened the package, I know by the dates on them, they are years old. They're stored somewhat to the right types, you know, how they should be, but they were fantastic. I didn't do a germination test. I just oversowed, assuming they wouldn't be 100% germination. How wrong I was. This stuff, it was approximately 5 years old seed, a variety of different things I'd used. 100% germination. It was crazy. I actually wound up having difficulties because I assumed the loss that you normally get. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, hopefully all of your seeds are good and viable for this upcoming growing season and all of that. But let's do one thing real quick here, Jay, and then we'll get moving on and bring in our first guest of the day here today and get talking with this community we've got here. But let's go ahead real quick and just listen to a little word from our good friends over at Ivy Organic.
Ivy Organic was founded on the gardening concept of whitewashing, simply lightening your plants to better tolerate weather extremes, transplant shock, and so much more. Such a valuable gardening practice that farmers have been doing it since BC times. However, in recent years, most research has been caring for plants and trees using latex and tar-based products which are designed to last 100 years, but fall off your plants within 1 to 2 years as your plants grow, contaminating your garden soil indefinitely. Available in colors white or more natural looking colors such as brown, green, gray, and grayish. Ivy Organic has 2 general categories of whitewash products. The 3-in-1 Plant Guard, which includes 7 natural oils including castor, cinnamon, clove, garlic, peppermint, rosemary, and spearmint, which offer insect and rodent repellent protection, and the whitewash oil-free formula. Both products also have diatomaceous earth in the base ingredients, which naturally offer some insect repellent protection too. As always, keep growing with Ivy Organics and wishing you all happy gardening.
All right. Here we are back at it. It's community show time. And I'm going to do this one more time, everybody. Just for those who are joining in with us right now, I'm about to post into the chat. Let's see. There we go. Do we get it in there? The link. Hopefully everybody sees that link in there. Just posted it into the chat. So you guys take advantage of that. Jump in and join with us here today for our chat. And all right, let's go ahead and get into this. Jay, are you ready for another fun community show? And again, we're bringing guests in as they've popped into, for everybody who is in the studio right now, who's waiting in the backstage. We're bringing guests on as they've popped in there too. And let's go ahead and I'll make sure I've got this all set right. And I've got everything good. Again, we gotta make sure we got all the buttons going here. Let's bring on our first guest of the day. Set that there. I don't know. Is he there? I don't know. I think he disappeared on us. Is he there? Here he is. We got, where's he at? We got David from Bowtie Life here. What's going on?
Oh, hello. Hey. Welcome to the Bowtie Fireside Chat. How are y'all doing today? Today we're drinking hot cocoa. We're talking about food preservation.
Oh, wonderful. How about this? A fireside set. He's all ready to go. And look at this guy donning the flat cap as well.
There you go, brother. I tell you what, I saw Jay put hers on. Am I real loud or does that sound about right?
I think
you are perfect.
Okay. When I saw Jay put hers on, I turned to Mrs. Bowtie, who's just over here off my left shoulder, and said, "Oh, where's my hat? Where's my hat?" And I ran.
That's wonderful. That's great.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Now, flat caps are not a requirement to be on the community show now, everybody.
Well, I tell you what, I have a big shout out to do here. Can you put me on full screen for just a moment here? I wanted to show what Mrs. Bowtie did for me today, and
right, let's see what we got here, David.
She got excited about the community show. She set up the deer and the plants and the lights
Oh,
above my
wow.
head. And we even got fry set up over here over my head. I got to give a shout out. If you see the little deer over there, that
Yep.
actually came from the Atmore Farm and Garden Show, which I know Shawnee knows. That's David the Good's new store. And he's
Oh.
up in Atmore, Alabama, and he sold me that when we were on our way back from, where were we? Hawaii. We were on our way back from Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, so yes, Mrs. Bowtie gets a huge shout out here. And of course, Enoch provided the hat. He sent this to me in the mail about 12 seconds ago. And
Yeah.
actually, while we're here, can I
Yeah.
do one more thing and promote
Let's go ahead and
tomorrow's
do that.
in the garden? I just want to do I got to tell you, trying new technology here. So let's give this a shot.
Yeah, you got all sorts of neat
This
things.
jar right here replaces 5 things I used to take every day. Not overnight, not dramatically, just consistently. And that's why I want to show you exactly what's in it and why it works.
All right.
There you go. That's for tomorrow's In the Garden show.
Ooh, a little teaser for what we're going to get in the garden tomorrow.
Yeah.
Huh? Nice. I love
Did
it. You
everything
got all
come
these
through okay?
cool new little toys you're playing around with there. This is working great. And I just love what here, let's get this back on right here real quick.
Yeah,
Let's
we
do
can get it
this.
back. There you go.
But I just love what Mrs. Bowtie has done there in that set. That's just really, really great. She needs to get hired by other YouTubers out there to design some sets for folks. I love it.
Well, I'm thinking set designer or whatever, like in your videos. I don't know if you have like closing credits that should include Mrs. Bowtie set designer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You may be right. You may be right.
Yep. Design producer, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking producer. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Executive producer.
There you go. That's right. Executive producer. Right on.
And yes,
right on.
there's actually hot cocoa.
You got actual hot cocoa in there? Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh,
That's
yes.
up in the front too. Look at that. There you go. I've done a couple little things too with my screen too, with some little presets. Can we do that? Right.
Oh,
Like that.
zooming.
Yeah. Or we can go like that, a little centered, right? There we go.
I don't recall glasses being on you before, Mr. Botron.
Well, you'll notice they match the outfit.
Oh, so it's to create the fireside.
Mrs. Bowtie even provided the glasses and picked out the jacket I'm wearing.
This is wonderful. It's so appropriate. And now you got to do it. Now you have to do like a video though.
Set design.
Well, wait till you see
Fireside
tomorrow's. Wait till you see tomorrow's video.
All right.
Because it ties into it.
There we go. There we go. That's
Well,
wonderful.
I have to hand it to you. Every time we do one of these community lives, you are always the most enthusiastic. There is some kind of backdrop.
You're always bringing us something special.
Some kind of costume, some kind of plan. Yeah, your enthusiasm is wonderful.
Well, you know, this community is just so amazing, and I do my little live shows occasionally, my pop-up lives, and most of the reason I do my live shows is I'm sitting there looking at a job that I really don't want to do. Great. Let's go drag Shawnee over with us and a whole bunch of other people in, and we can get everybody involved, and it'll get me to get a job done. So I don't know if the community knows how often you guys help me get just stupid little jobs done. And it's just such a good group. Bill Wickershire, Big Will Dog, when he shows up, you Mrs. Bowtie touch there. You gotta hire your own producer, buddy. And you know who she is.
That's right. That's right. Excellent. So how things besides all of that going, David? You excited about 2026? This is 2026, our first community show. And what's exciting you about this upcoming year?
let me tell you, I mean, we've got a our whole place is made up like a whole TV studio here right now. And I was going to show you a couple of other cameras here that we have going right now. It's going to take a second for it to come up, maybe. Where'd it go? There it is. That's the backyard right now. The wind is blowing and it's cold out there. It is 36 degrees out there. That's like the high for today.
Yeah, live.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then out the front, you can see I've got some things covered. I was doing an experiment out there trying to figure out if the shade cloth would be an effective cover for, we were supposed to get mild cold. Well, tomorrow we're supposed to get a hard freeze. And I already know those shade cloths have failed. I just stuck a cattle panel out there. But amazingly, that hedge just to the right there in the bottom right-hand corner of that screen, it's about to bloom. So when the cold comes through, it's going to be just absolutely amazing to have everything going. So yeah, I've got my stream deck here working and all fancy.
I'm telling you, the live.
I tell you what, isn't it though?
I got to get me some live cams for the Outback.
There you go.
What is this from the ceiling too? I mean, what is this?
There you go, man.
Where were you on the top of one of your bookshelves or something? What's going on there?
No, I've got a tripod actually sitting on the couch, and I got one of my cameras up there. That's one of the cameras I inherited from the medical clinic shutdown. But you can't see, there's actually a light just barely off camera. You can almost see a glow of that one over there on the edge of the screen. But I got my LED panel lights going and everything. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing with it and trying to figure out how to get this stuff to work and what we can do with it. And Mrs. Bowtie, I tell you what, I've done this to the living room so many times. In fact, you can just barely not see Mrs. Bowtie off here to my left. She is just barely off camera. And I have done this to her living room enough times. She has said, David, you need to go take that back room back there and convert it into a studio and get all this stuff out of my living room.
This is my living room too. I mean, luckily there's no Mrs. Urban Gardener right now, because I don't know how long I'd get away with taking over my living room as I have. Believe me. We actually had to turn my second room. So my situation's the opposite. We had to turn my second room into basically a family room, gathering room, which is basically the living room, whereas this is not where we're hanging out and conversating and doing our socializing. It's gonna be, we set up the other room for that. Tony says, well, great setup, Dave. I love it, dude. All the cameras, the live cams outside, all that sort of stuff. I mean, just wow, so much fun.
Tony, let me tell you something. Tony is responsible for a lot of this. He's the one that actually told me what teleprompter to get. And then when my friend offered to give me the teleprompter, I was like, okay, sure. And I didn't know it was the one that Tony recommended. Well, I got it home and I realized, well, he didn't just give me that. He gave me the whole studio. And he really got me started completely. And with the headsets I got and the extra cameras I got from the medical clinic, this has just been a whirlwind of
Tony's inspired so many folks out there to get out and do things, whether it's growing a garden or doing channels and all that sort of stuff. Tony is a major, awesome inspiration. And again, it's always awesome. Again, for someone, I've been following this guy since I first started gardening, 14, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? He's been around a long time, doing this stuff a long time, man. And it's just so amazing that, he comes and stops by and hangs out with us here in our chats and hangs out with everybody here on our show. It's just awesome to have his support like that. Real quick though, too, I do want to mention here, I do see Habitual Habits in here saying, hi friends, good to see you. Good to see you, Bowtie. I do want to mention Habitual Hobbies and anybody else who's joining in the chat with us right now. This is a community show where you get to be the guest, where you get to join with us here. You get to join in. I'm going to share right now. Again, I got our backstage pass basically right there in the chat. Just click that link right there and you can come join with us as well too. So you can come say hi if you want, Habitual, if you like. Tony, if you want a moment. I'd love to see Rob. I know Rob. I mean, we're going to talk him into it one day. I'm sure of it. But yes, you guys jump on in, use that link right there, and come join in with the chat here. But David, it's so awesome again. Like I said, get our community show started with you. What do you got?
Absolutely.
One more thing.
I got one more gift.
One more
gift.
The gift that
everybody
keeps on giving.
That's right. I am a giver, if nothing else. For all of you people who live north of me in any latitude that's colder than me, here's a special thing while Enoch takes me off the screen. That's it, brother.
That's it. Oh, look at that.
It's a nice warm fire, man.
Oh, perfect. For all of you
it's actually
out there
really warm.
In the living in the snow and dealing with the cold, David's leaving us with a nice little fireplace. All right, David, thank you so much for being here, joining in with us, and helping us get this community show started.
Absolutely, brother. I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Excellent. Let's put this back up here. Right on, Jay. How about that, David, bringing it for us here with all of the new set, all the camera angles, the live cams outdoors. I mean, wow, what a setup there, huh?
Fantastic. I am both surprised and not surprised. I'm not quite sure how he can take this, but the short version is, it's David. What can you say? Every
That's
time
right.
he brings it every time.
Yes. So, something cool, something special, something fun every single time. It's awesome. The gift that keeps on giving, David. Thank you so much. Also, I'll mention too, though, for those of you who are considering about grabbing that link in the chat right now to join in with us, keep a hold of that link afterwards. For those of you who join with us, if you join with us on the show, mind you, though, this is the caveat here. If you join with us on the show, you keep that link. When we finish the show up at the end of the show, you can join in with us for a fun exclusive after show discussion that we have here after our community shows with all of the folks who are brave enough to jump in and join with us live here on the show. So definitely grab a hold of that link and join in with us. So right on, let's get right on to our next community member joining in with us here today, Jay. And she was in our roll call earlier just a minute ago. Let's go ahead and say hello to our good friend and new live streamer, Joe from Muddy Puddle Farms. How you doing, Joe? Great to have you here. Let's see. Let's grab that mute button real quick.
There we go.
How we doing? Yeah, awesome. Great to have you.
I'm doing really well. Well, it's because of you. The last community show, and I had a go, and it was great. It wasn't as scary as I thought, and I needed a new light, which I've got. So now you can see my face.
Right, exactly. Nice and bright and on camera, looking awesome. Love it though. So yeah, you got out and started doing some of your own live streams now. Jay was telling me about your last one. You actually had a guest on your last one.
I did. It's funny because I watched them back to see all the mistakes I make, and I make a lot of mistakes.
Oh no.
But
I still make a lot of mistakes. Did you see our Monday show last Monday night?
I haven't watched that one back yet. I've seen the.
I'm still getting used to our new little format and what we're doing. You know, it's different to kind of run things with a co-host and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm still getting used to a few things. And when you're running and pushing buttons behind scenes, it can get a little fun and tricky, you know, when things are live and you're on the spot.
I saw the first one with Natalie with the internet interruptions and dropping in and out. That was
and again too, trying to get through some of those fun little glitches and things that happen with the first show and stuff. So hopefully we'll iron all of that stuff out as we get going and everything. But it's really fun. So don't worry about any of the mistakes or the little things that don't work and all of that, because, you know, even folks like us that people, you know, think have it all down and figured out, we don't at all. I still get freaked out before every single show. Like, oh, I hope everything works out all right.
Yes. Well, I guess.
Go ahead.
Sorry. As I say, I guess the thing is to update what we were talking about last time. I've got 1 month
how things going?
until I start my challenge. And I've started getting my milk, and I've made cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese?
Yeah,
Your own cottage
From-
cheese? Oh my.
cottage cheese. And the great thing about it was I had to work out how to make it without any acid, because I don't grow lemons and I can't make white vinegar. So I worked on a clabberculture. So the only ingredient in my cottage cheese is milk. That's it, just milk.
Just the milk.
Can
And
I
on my
just get
last
you,
live, sorry.
can I just get you to back up a second? There may be some people in the audience unaware of like why you would be making the cottage cheese or what's going on. What's the big plan?
Oh, you literally backed up, Joe.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
On my
a
Facebook.
big plan that people who unfortunately are not following your channel and seeing the lives, what really interesting thing are you doing that's going to dominate your life?
Yeah, so starting on the 1st of March, I'm going to have a go at a whole year of complete self-sufficiency in everything I consume. So if I don't grow it or raise it myself, I can only obtain it if I trade something I have grown or produced. And it turns out that actually labour's quite a good. I went and helped a friend rebuild their stable, and they gave me a big bunch of carrots to bring home, which was great. But so I have to trade. So at the moment, my trade is eggs for milk. Yeah, I've started getting my milk early. So although I'm not starting until the 1st of March, I've started some of the trading early to build those relationships. And also because cheese can take quite a long time to make, and I really like cheese. I don't want to have to go without it. So I've started experimenting with that. And I'm being really strict. So I'm not sneaking off and buying the old ingredients and saying, well, I'm sort of made it myself and starting right from scratch. So with making cottage cheese, what you'd usually do is you would use your milk and you'd introduce some acid to that, whether that be lemon juice or whether that be white vinegar. And I won't have those things available. So I've been researching. And one of the things I found is many, many decades ago, last century, people were doing something called clabbering milk, which is allowing the natural cultures in the milk to grow and feeding them and encouraging them. And they start off really, really tangy and unpleasant. But as you feed them, they become mild, and then you can use that to culture cheeses and yogurts. So I started my own clabberculture. Now my last live on camera, I got the milk for this cottage cheese I've made and added the culture and stirred it all up. And we did that during the live, which was quite
excellent. Shawnee's asking here, after you strain the curds, did you add salt and cream?
It will be in the video that comes out.
Oh, you got to get the video.
Yeah, I know.
Good work,
Good work, Joe. I videoed
Don't be
it.
giving anything away.
Well, I was hoping it was going to go horribly wrong so people could see that life isn't perfect, but it worked really well.
It worked well.
But I didn't need
Gotta love that.
salt. It's got lots of flavour from the clabber. And I did add cream. And I probably need to add more cream.
See, we got all sorts of questions about this now. Are you using things like the whey from the cheese in the garden? Oh, like
well, I could, but I'm going to put it in pancakes instead tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
But I could use it. I could use it to give to the pigs. The pigs would eat it. I could use it in the compost. I could use it as a diluted feed for things as well. There's lots of things I could do with it. But I'm going to try and make it into pancakes tomorrow.
Rob says some cheese on toast. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, that's cool.
I just want to say that Rob is one of the few people that is in our circle who's actually gone to Joe's farm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Rob came down and spent an afternoon with me. He's coming back again. Going to have a picnic.
Oh, man. You guys doing any videos, collaborations and stuff then? Yeah.
I expect. Last time Rob came to me, it rained, and it hasn't stopped raining since Rob came to me.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
raining. So we were going to do some filming, and we ended up hiding in the shed, drinking tea and eating cake and bacon sandwiches, to be fair. We did have a
Oh,
tour of the farm, but it's quite brief. Yes,
yeah.
Rob came and had a look and
Yeah, how far away would he be? I mean, this nice little trip,
Oh,
maybe.
gosh. He happened to be in the area on
Yo.
holiday.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's
Oh, perfect.
about 40, 50 minutes away from me.
Oh, I see.
But
There you go. Yeah.
day-to-day life, it's like a day's drive.
Mhm. Oh, right on. Well, that's cool. I always love hearing about people getting together and hanging out, especially in the community. You know, when you get a chance to visit each other's gardens and all that sort of stuff, that's really, really fun. I've actually been lucky enough to have a couple of my friends travel through the area who I've done collaborations with and everything, who've dropped by and saying hi and get a chance to tour around and show them the space and get to see what, you know, you get to see on video all the time, right up and close, right? So that's always fun.
Yeah, it's great fun. And it's interesting because I've been to a few other gardens, and
Yeah.
only if you have us do. Rob, I always have you. You know that.
Mhm.
There's always
That's right.
there's always a spot for you on the farm.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really interesting. When you
Yeah,
see
bring some
what it's like
good
in real life.
produce to trade down the road after March 1st. There you
Oh.
go, right?
Definitely. Yeah, so just seeing it in real life, and it's not always how you imagined it. It's really interesting. But I've got a few people coming to see my farm this year.
Excellent.
So this is people's last chance while we've got Jo on screen. If you have any questions for her about her farm, her challenge, there was quite a bit of focus there on the cheese, which is the current project that she's working on. But people have a minute or two now if they have any burning questions regarding Jo and her project. In the meantime, we've had links in the chat to her channel. She's working out her lives right now. She's had 3 already. Her first 2, she had a pumpkin as her co-host, and the third one she had a guest. Oh, Donald's still there.
He's still there. There you go.
You want to see him? Hang on, I'll bring him over.
Yeah. This is a special guest that we may all relate to, but calm down the political side.
There you
She
go.
introduced you to her co-host. I think you may have to bring the camera down a little. Or
hang on. Or bring him back. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So that is
I love it.
Donald
There you love
Trumpkin.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
There we go.
Lovely.
But no politics, everybody. But that
Thank
is
you,
her
please.
co-host. That is her
It was the
co-host.
funniest name.
Yes, it's a great one. It's a very, very creative name. Love it. Okay, all right. And let's see. I know I had a question. Where's the question? Oh, Shawnee was asking again too. What are you learning to make next?
Oh, goodness me. Well, I have several things on my mind. I'm going to see if I can use the clabber to make cheddar.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to start experimenting to see if I can make quiche, but with using potato instead of pastry. Because I'm not growing wheat, best will in the world. I don't think I've got the resources to process it on top of everything else. It's the time. So yes.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty time consuming too.
Yeah. So yeah, quiche with potato base. Yeah, I'm also experimenting with growing things marginally under low tunnels. So during this week, I'm going to put my first potatoes in, my first earlies, which is really early to do it, but they're going to be under low tunnels and covered in straw. And we'll cross our fingers and hope we get some potatoes for mid-May.
We have a few comments, not necessarily questions. We have this one here that's whoops. It's from Bowtie saying Donald has not been eaten.
No, I'm saving him for the 1st of March.
Yes, there you
I
go.
will need him by then.
And one other comment that came in, not a question, but a comment. Maybe Joe can find a way to bring on Kevin too. You might want to mention briefly to people who Kevin is.
Kevin is
now I love this
the
name.
most character in the universe, I think.
That's right.
He literally did a running flying jump over the electric fence yesterday and bolted down to the woodland.
Oh my.
Took us about 20 minutes to herd him back to where he should be.
Oh, that's great.
But he has a lot of character, and he thinks he's a puppy. He will literally try and come and cuddle me, but he's 2 or 3 times my weight. So
oh my, yeah, that's a big puppy.
He has to be. I have to be real careful around him so that I don't get injured.
Right.
So
yeah.
like, I'm sorry, I'm putting the camera away now. He's getting too
They
much.
just don't know their size, do they?
No, they don't.
They have no clue about it. They're like a big dog though, too, as well, too, because big dogs don't know their size either, and they want to sit right on your lap and everything. And it's like, no.
Yeah, but he was this big when I got him, and you know, I literally, when I need to do something, just scoop him up. But
right.
not anymore.
No
now
scooping up anymore. Right on.
But yeah, he's adorable, and he's a companion to Ava, who is my breeding sow.
Oh, right on, right on.
Yeah, and that's quite exciting because I think the next animal on the farm is going to be a boar that will be her breeding partner, which will be quite exciting.
Oh, okay. Right on, right on. That'll be great to have lots of little ones running around, right?
Yeah. Yes. Do you know what the thing about pigs is? They are really clean. Even though they're outdoors, they have an area they decide, they delegate one corner to be a toilet, and that's the only place they will go.
Yeah.
And the rest of the paddock area that's theirs, they don't use the toilet. They use that to root around it and find food, and they don't go in the house. So it's no mucking out with pigs.
Right.
They keep their bedding and their house completely clean. They clean it out themselves, actually. Once the bedding's been in there for a little while, they'll throw it out the door, and then they'll look at me as if to say, "We want some clean things, thank you very much." Very clean animals.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to be able to have the space someday to be able to raise some of my own, for sure. I remember there's a book, The Urban Farm by Novella Carpenter. She had a little urban farm she built out of an empty lot in Oakland, California, but raised a pig on this lot. And it just makes me think of if I had a pig or something, you'd have to have some other place than here, because I wouldn't want the same thing to happen. She had it escape on her and run down the city, down the streets, because downtown's just right down the street from me. So imagine a pig getting loose out on the streets and just running straight through downtown or anything. So I'd be worried about that big time, having one around here. But I would love to have one, though, for sure.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep them well fenced.
Well fenced and taken care of. I think chickens will probably be pretty good enough for us around here.
So yeah, that's a good idea. Sorry.
So those of you that are checking in a little bit later, we're in the middle of our community show, in which you, as part of our audience, become one of the guests. And right now we've been talking to Joe at Muddy Puddles Farm, who's our second guest of today. And she has a really beautiful concept in which she is becoming self-sufficient on her farm, and is doing it as a challenge. And she's letting us know about some of the different aspects, the specifics about how she's doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of the other animals you could consider, Enoch, would be rabbits or quail.
Yeah. We got an idea for rabbits too. I haven't really thought too much on quail yet, but yeah, the rabbits for sure. We have an idea for building up out a hutch and everything and all of that. So
quail you can do in a really small space, and the eggs have got some really good fats in them and more protein, and they've got a cholesterol, but it's a good cholesterol. It actually reduces the bad cholesterol within your body. and helps with cholesterol buildup. So they're a really good option.
Yeah, definitely need to check those out for small spaces for sure. Wickershire's asking, Joe, do you find you have enough time in the year to grow most things you want in the garden, or is it a race and added pressure to get things harvestable?
The summer, it's pretty good. I'm working on a perennial system, so I'm getting the trees and the shrubs, different layers in place. I'm having an annual garden as well, but it's much smaller. So a lot of my food is like the perpetual spinach, the garlic cress, loads and loads of different herbs, and like tree collards as well, things like that.
Yeah,
And then obviously all the fruit trees and all the fruit that go along with that. So that takes less work than rows and rows of annual plants. I will obviously have some annual plants. I've also got a lot of things in the perennial garden that will self-seed. So things like the chamomile and calendula, they're the annuals. I don't have to plant them. So that gives me enough time. What I'm struggling with this year is it started raining in October, and I can only think of one day where it hasn't rained at any point during the day.
Oh, wow.
Every single day,
you're getting soaked.
I've run out in a sunny spell to get as much done as I can, and then back again. And actually got to the point where the flooding is quite bad in that area. I was walking across the field and I sank completely down. I thought I was going to lose my welly boots that came up over the top of my welly boots, the mud. So I can't work the ground in anyway. And then, of course, because everything's so wet, it's really hard. I've got a lot of infrastructure jobs I need to get done. And I keep going, it's okay. I've got the rest of December. And I'm like, it's okay. I've got January and February. And now I'm in February. I'm like, oh no, I've only got February. So it's going to be, you know, the restful winter has actually been more stressful than last summer was.
Wow.
I'm
Crazy.
hoping that as it dries out, I'll be able to get things.
All right. One last question here for Joe. Wickershire Projects asking, Joe, do you have a pond, river, well, rainwater collection, swales, all of the above, some of the above for irrigation? What are you using for water?
Okay, so I have a borehole, which is like a well, but it's obviously got a closed top and a pump.
Okay.
There is a little stream, but it dries out in the summer. And there are a number of springs, but where they've been marked on the map, they aren't. And then other ones have appeared, and they seem to come and go. So I'm not quite sure about that. The ground is quite wet. Around the perennial garden, the top and the bottom of the perennial garden is bounded by two swales, which are dug on contour. So my perennial garden is a funny wedge shape because obviously I'm growing with the contour lines of the land rather than drawing a nice square box. So yes, there is a small stream, there is a well, rainwater. I try to collect through passive harvesting, so I've got my woodlands and my swales and things like that. I don't have a pond yet. I have an area where I'm going to have a pond, but I need it to ironically dry out enough to be able to dig it. And then when it's dry, I'll set the pigs in the bottom because it's hard clay, and they will actually trample the earth enough that I shouldn't need a liner. Then I'll let it naturally fill up. So no ponds. That's the only one I haven't got to yet.
Okay, excellent. Right on. Love it. Man, lots of great stuff growing, and look forward to, as we grow through the year, to see how well you do on this project of community sustainability, in a sense, growing all you can for yourself and trading with neighbors and folks in order to make sure you got and have produced everything for yourself. I mean, I just love that whole idea. It's going to be so fun to really follow along with you as you keep us updated, hopefully throughout the gardening season, and let us know how things are growing there.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Excellent. Thanks again, Joe, for being here. We're going to let Joe go here real quick. And move on. Thank you again, Joe. Thank you, everybody. David, so far for being here. We are taking a little time as I've only seen a couple of guests so far. I mean, I'm going to put out one more time here, too. I think, let me see. Let me try that. Let me go one more time here. Put that link out there for you because we're going to invite our next guest on. We should at least, I mean, hopefully we'll get at least one more or so after this. So if you are out there, grab that link and join into the backstage here with us.
Before we do our next guest, do we need to take a break?
No, not
No,
yet.
we're
We'll
good.
do that. Well, we're going to do that as we finish. Yeah.
Before we take our next guest on, I just want to say to some of you that Joe had no comfort with live streams and stuff.
Yeah.
He came into our last event like this, our community show, got a little bit comfortable with the concept, figured it out for herself, and she is now 3 live streams in on her own channel and had a gap. So there's no pressure for anyone, but what I'm saying is if you're not quite sure where your comfort level is, you don't have to have an event, a channel, or anything like that. Maybe just want to talk about your plans for gardening. Maybe you want to talk about a question that you have for gardening. You don't have to do anything that's sort of special or unusual. We're here because you are here. And this is a community show and we want to represent you.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Great point. We're here because you all are here. And that's why this whole community show idea was really a fun, great idea to be able to connect us with our audience, connect us with the people who join with us each and every weekend here on the show. So this is, like I said, just a great opportunity for you to just kind of introduce yourself to everybody in person in a way too. So this is really great. And I love the fact though too that Joe got her start live streaming by just jumping on here on one of our community shows and learned that it wasn't that hard and it's just really easy to do and got past that little shyness to get out there and to jump on live with us, and now can do and feels comfortable enough to go about doing her own live streamings from her channel. So yeah, I mean, if you just needs a little bit of practice, even come join with us. Come jump in here and be a part of our community show here. So I do see we did get one more person joining in with us here in the back. So let's go ahead. We still got room for maybe another person or so too, and kind of see what we got going on. But let's go ahead and get moving here with our next guest on the show here. He's been waiting a little while, hanging out in the backstage here with us. So let's go ahead and bring on, I've got to make sure I do this first now with StreamYard before what they used to do. All right, here we go. It's Big Will Dog in the soil here with us. Boom.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. Great to have you here. How you doing?
I'm good. And can I say real quick, Joe is better than me because while I do make videos, live stream, I'm not sure.
Not sure yet. Not sure yet. Still kind of
filling
waiting
out the waters.
That's right.
Yep. Try it with us for a few minutes and then see how you feel. You've actually, haven't you been on 2 of our previous community shows, I think maybe?
Maybe even
For sure
more.
one. For
Maybe
sure
even more.
one. Yeah.
A few more, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Although I can't compare to Dave, especially when he's on camera too with me. It's like, oh Lord.
David's great. He's always bringing us something good. But that's exactly what this show is all about, is for us to get together and hang out together as, as a community that we get to do here with our shows. We do now 3 days every weekend. Can you believe that? I mean, but here we are, we're doing all of this and getting a chance to talk with all these just amazing gardeners from around the world, who are communicators, authors, other channels, like Tony and folks as well too, who come and join with us on the show. But it's really awesome to be able to do this and get to hang out with everybody who comes and hangs out with us for those shows. Yeah. So this is a really, really cool to be able to, put faces to names in a way, right, Will?
Yeah. and like I said, it can be a little bit, jarring at first. The idea of being, oh, I'm going to finally get on here. I can't just hide behind my fingers.
That's right. That's right.
But it's not bad. Just like like you're having a conversation with one or two people.
Yeah, it's really all it is. It's all it really is. And I remember when I first started live streaming myself many years ago, I was in a similar situation where, editing was kind of the fun of making videos so that you can kind of make them the way you want. And, you edit yourself into them just the way you want to say things and, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. So you're kind of fine tuning this product you're putting out there for everybody to see. But live streaming, man, you're right up there. You can't edit out the mistake that you make when you're talking about something. You know what I mean? You can't do or change things up when it comes down to it. So you got to really put yourself out there when it comes to live streaming. And that's kind of really the fun part about it too, is because you get to really find out who you are really, and you put yourself right out there to everybody else, right?
You get to be unapologetically you.
That's right. Perfect way of saying it. Perfect way of saying it. So how things growing out there in the garden right now? Your garlic growing well?
It was doing fine, but it's under ice and snow now.
Perfect. Then it's doing great. Then it's doing great.
Yeah, the garage stuff was fine, but even the soil out there is freezing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we'll see.
It's loving it right now. It's loving it right now. Them garlic are in there just kind of like separating from each other, going, oh, I'm a clove. Oh, I'm a clove. And they're breaking up in there and they're having fun while it's all frozen and cold and all of that. They're just down there just getting ready to make some big fat bulbs when things warm up.
Yeah, that's the hope. You could never really control it, but you try your best. You can do only so much, and Lord knows I've had to work, especially with them being not in the ground outside. So we'll see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's a learning experience. Yeah.
Again, too, another fun thing about you that you like, and we talked about potatoes a couple of weeks back as well, as I always like to, the idea that maybe it was last week. Anyways, I can't remember, whatever. But anyways, potatoes, garlic, those things that grow underground and you just don't know till you pull them up what you got, right?
Yeah, I like the visual feedback. Am I doing it right? Is the plant happy? And that's easy to see and easy enough. But it's always the stuff like carrots are even that way too. The tops can be nice and lush and whatnot, and then you go to pull it up and there's just this little stumpy thing at the end of it. You're like, what did I do wrong?
Even with a nice fat little orange top or whatever color they are that you see right there at ground level, they look like they're going to be awesome. You're ready to pull them out, and then they're like maybe a half an inch long and split two different ways.
Yeah. So, it makes it fun, but at the same time, it can drive you nuts.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As I was mentioning about those potatoes, when we were talking about them last time, is I grow these things in these containers and have these big, beautiful plants. Just amazing potato plants going, oh, look how awesome these plants look. We're following along with them, as we're going along through the year. And then you knock that thing over at the end of the year and you end up with like a little handful. You're like, oh, man, what? Same with garlic. I've had garlic where the just tops are just these big, fat, beautiful leaves coming off of them and just looking big and strong and everything. And you pull them up and they're like these little tiny little bulbs attached to the end of them.
Yeah.
Can happen.
That's sort of kind of a soul destroyer.
Yeah. Good fix for that, though, as we always know, is just some good compost. Get some good compost mix into those areas and get all that stuff going right there. That'll help make some of that stuff nice and good for you.
So, but you can always, that just gives you more reason to focus on other areas too,
Yeah, that's why we do grow a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah. So, even if you have a bad harvest on this, you could be like, well, I've got a chance on that, or this is doing well. So there's always a side to look, on the bright side.
Yeah. Right on. Let's see. Oh, we got someone coming in. Happy Saturday. I'm late, but glad I caught the live gardening at Home with Cherie. Well, this is a new name. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen, but I just want to mention there that we are having a community show right now. We got Big Will Dog on with us right now in the soil. And this is for all of you, like you, gardening at home, to come and join with us here. There's a link in the chat. I'm sure I want to give everybody a chance around here, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're jumping in here late. So I'm going to drop one more link in the chat one more time here,
Come
just in
on
case
in.
you
What was
want.
your time?
Come on and join in. This is what we're doing here. This is a community show where everybody who joins in with us each week here in our conversation. These shows are for all of you to get a chance to come and hang out with us, kind of like a radio call-in show. We get to come and chat with me and Jay here as this is also our first one of the year too. So come and help us get the year started right too. So I think we might have room for one more if we can get someone else talked into coming and joining with us here too. So.
Yeah, I can always drop off early. It's not the first time I've been here, and I got my channel, so I got enough airtime already. So come on in. Come on.
So, is there a particular project or plant or seed or anything that's drawn your focus more for the next season, the next growing season, once this winter is done with us?
Well, like as long as my garlic and my onions turn out fine, I think my next big thing that we're going to focus on is kohlrabi.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Because they keep on thwarting me no matter what I do. And it's just, if something doesn't work out, I have this thing in me where it's just like, I have to figure it out. I have to nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. And then I think I did a compost bin made out of pallets. And I swore to myself at the end of that project, I'm never breaking down another pallet. But I kind of want to tear down some more to make a self-watering bed out of it. I've already got ones made out of plastic totes. So I figure I can make one out of wood.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much free. It won't be nearly as, free as I would like it to be, but I'll have to buy minimal things like heavy plastic just to line it and maybe a few other things, but that's probably going to be my big project this year. That and kohlrabi.
That sounds great.
I have
Sorry. Oh, we did have a question. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Me and Jay are popping things at the same time here. But anyways, real quick, I just want to say, gardening at home, thank you for joining with us. I guess they saw my pepper video earlier and joined in with us. So that's really awesome to see someone who's come to join the show from one of my videos too. So thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for joining with us here on the show. And we definitely look forward to seeing you in the community on more shows. We got lots and lots growing on around here. And of course, we did have a question from Shawnee there. Oh, Jay.
That's too many cooks in the kitchen.
I'm a little mischievous, people. If you can imagine a little elf causing
I know, we have fun. That's right.
So anyway, this question, I believe, was directed for Big Will, so I wanted to
let's get that in there. What are you doing differently with your onions this year?
Okay, so typically I would like to do the just overseeding them into a container, and then I pull them out, and then I will plant them while they're small into individual cells. Because for me, it's easier to plant plugs than trying to do it with the sprouts themselves, because then you have to worry about the roots and the depth and this, that, and the other. So it just makes it easier for me when they're young to have the roots in a plug, because it automatically sets the depth for you. Well, because I should have strawberries, and I'm going to be trying to sell some from my front yard this year, because we do have gardeners around here, that instead of doing just the plugs, leaving them in the container until they're ready to be sold. That way I can pull them out and wash them off, and then I can bundle them together and say, hey, I've got, a bundle of 5 or 10 plant onion starts here if you want them.
Yeah.
Depending on how many HOA people show up, I might just give them away.
Right.
They'll leave me alone more likely about the stuff I do.
You're right. Yes. You gotta. It's a bummer, huh? That.
Yeah. So
Hopefully they don't give you too hard of a time.
they haven't. I think initially they only really bothered me because there was a couple times when things are like the plant bed, not necessarily vegetables or anything, but the flower bed in front of the house, it was maybe a little bit overdone because I don't like to go behind and have to do it 3 or 4 times. I'd like to just, like in the spring, let everything come up and then maybe go in there once I get the wife's permission, that is, to go in there and tidy things up. And then it's good for most of the year, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's the only real thing, but I'm also skirting the lines on what's allowable.
You're right.
So I'm sure if I mess up royally, they'll let me know. But it's like, hey, I'm keeping my yard clean.
Yeah.
You know,
keep it clean, nice, looking good, and you know,
I tidy up. I make sure I put my tools away. If I'm in the middle of a project, it might look like chaos in my backyard, but I try to do my best to clean up to try to keep them away.
Yeah.
Now, when you were mentioning your difficulties with kohlrabi, I also have a similar issue. I've not tried to look up and learn anything about it in order to overcome my weakness for growing that particular plant. However, we did have someone in the chat give a suggestion, which is fantastic. And that's Robin Garden. She said, for you, do the Vienna white kohlrabi. The purple did not bulb for me times 2 years.
Yeah, I've tried. Well, I grew some purple kohlrabi late last year, but they did not get big enough fast enough before the cold came in. So I'm going to retry that. I've tried the green, the Vienna, like she said. I want to try it. They've got one that's called the super something, and it's like this massive root, and you really only need one of them. And I would love to do that, but that really takes up space. My problem isn't growing them, it's getting them to bulb.
Yep.
So I either get tons of foliage, like if I had sheep or pigs or cows or whatever, they could eat all year on the leaves on those things. But I'm after it for the bulb. I mean, you can eat the stems too, and they taste like the kohlrabi, and you can cook them basically the same, but that's not what I'm after, you know?
I did look up that large one you were talking about, and pardon my pronunciation, it's something like Super Schmetzel kohlrabi.
Yeah. I haven't tried the purple kohlrabi yet, though, so I haven't had any issues as far as them sizing up right like that, you know, before. But I've always wanted to try the purple one, so it's good to know that that might be an issue that we deal with then with those varieties.
I was talking to Gardner Scott about it a little bit, and he was like, well, it might just be a nitrogen thing. My nitrogen might be too high, which is causing them to skip the bulbing stage. So so this fall is when I planted those purple ones, trying to correct for that. And like I said, they grew obviously not as fast as I'm used to them growing, but I think that's more because of the weather, and I waited way too late to give that a try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on. What do you do with kohlrabi? What's your favorite thing to do with it?
The only thing I've only had enough in as many times as I've planted them to pretty much cook them just like I would do broccoli.
Okay, yeah.
And like I said, they were good. It's just I didn't have a whole lot. I mean, I'd like to do maybe like a soup or something like that with them too.
Well, hopefully you get some good ones this year then.
When I've cooked kohlrabi, and I'm not an excellent chef or anything, the couple things that come to mind of how I use it is in a stew, but you put it in early into the stew, like in a, you know, in whatever thing you do. So it's one of the firmest things that goes in. And then the other thing I do is I create something I call winter salad, and it's root vegetables of different types. So it's things like beets, kohlrabi, potatoes, things like
Carrots.
that. And they're chunky, firm vegetables, and I mix them all together with sort of a very bland, creamy type sauce. Often just mayonnaise or something like that. Maybe a little bit of some spices in there. And it's basically a chunky salad. So it's very satisfying and filling in the winter. And that's something else I do with kohlrabi.
Huh.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to try something like that, provided I can get enough.
Well, I'll be honest with you, as I've mentioned, I didn't have any great advice for you because I'm not great at growing it either, but I sometimes obtain it at this supermarket place. I understand
a supermarket? What is that again?
Yeah, but that's basically admitting defeat.
It's admitting I want kohlrabi bad enough that until my skills build
For the
up,
time being. We'll
Yeah.
get it down though. We'll get it down though.
yeah.
I usually am either one way or another. It's like either A, I'm winning, or B, if I have to go to plan, that would probably be plan Z. Yeah, that basically means calling it a defeat.
That's right. That's
So I try not to do that.
So, Will, thanks so much for being our guest today, stepping up. Like you say,
absolutely.
You might not be quite interested in necessarily doing lives yet on
I
your.
didn't say I wasn't necessarily interested. I just the comfort level.
That's right.
In it becoming natural.
Yep. And the thing is, practicing with us is a perfectly acceptable way to do that. Joe found that was her path forward, and we're here for you as many times as you want to come here and be on our community shows.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Work your way up into it, man.
I'm trying.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe.
I just love seeing everybody just grow more, whether it's in their garden or even here as we do, as a lot of us have little channels and things like that. I just love seeing the community come together to help each other grow more, in both areas of our lives, our gardens and what we're doing as far as sharing with everybody else too. So I really enjoy what you're doing and taking the time that you do to make your videos and all that sort of stuff. And down the road, I'm sure we're going to get to see some awesome live streams and all that sort of stuff. But it's just really awesome to have you in our community, Will. Thank you so much for you coming here and spending your time with us each and every weekend. And then also being brave enough to grab a hold of that link and jump in with us too for our live community shows here too, because it really helps make all of this so much fun, is to be able to hang out with everybody that we normally get to see in our chat each week too. So it's great to have you back, and great to have caught up with you and see how things are growing. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time on our next community show, or or whatever else we got growing on.
Hey, if you want me, you need me, she's got my info.
Right. You got it, Will. Again, thank you again so much for being with us here today. It was just really, really awesome to catch up with you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll look forward to seeing you possibly after the show too, because remember, if you are on the show with us here today, keep that link so you can join with us for our after show chat. So we'll see you then, Will. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. All right. Here we go. Moving right along today. We do have one more guest that we're going to fill in and fit in here. Unless, of course, someone's brave enough to jump on last minute. We might try to fit you in or something like that as well, too. But we do got one more person here who's a regular on our chats and live streams, and now also a contributor. But before we get into that real quick, actually, I did want to get in here. There was a question that was asked of me specifically, I think. Where's that at? Did I lose that question? Hope I didn't.
Oh, it's still there.
There it is. Wickershire Project was asking me about the mini PC. Impressive or so-so? Multi-core threaded processors is supposed to multitask well. Oh, I love this PC. This is great. I would, in fact, to let everybody know that back this last summer, we had a massive storm, electrical storm. Lightning came up right above me, struck my house, went through all my wires and fried everything. We had to replace all of our internet, modems, routers. We had to replace the computers. We've ended up having to replace the cameras. We've replaced about everything around here. And I reached out to folks and said, I'm not technologically savvy. I mean, I might be able to put on this show, but I don't really know a lot about a lot of stuff. And Wickershire was awesome enough to jump in and help give me some great advice on a really amazing computer that we got. Nice and inexpensive, but man, it works, it runs, it's doing everything just really, really well. And I'm just so surprised that this computer is like a little tiny box. It's this big. Like, oh, I couldn't believe it when he sent me the link to it. And I looked at it, I was like, is that really a computer? It's just this little tiny box, but it's so powerful. It can do a lot. It's just amazing.
So these two are focusing on the tech end. I'm going to focus on the people end for the moment. Is when that happened, the tech end, Enoch and I were trying to work out how bad is the damage? Can we salvage some of the equipment? Because it was a catastrophic, big problem, but it was acting weird. So it wasn't evidently broken in every way that it was. It looked like some could be salvaged. But when it became very obvious that was not going to be the case, Enoch did a show, and you, the community, came in and saved the show by the donations that you put in. And we had one contributor who was quite a regular contributor, and that would be Tony from Simplify Gardening, who we joke is now a shareholder in the show.
That's right.
But he really came through for us. But that's just
everybody did. It was just so amazing.
Everybody contributed. We had so much help, and even people that couldn't contribute money at that time, which we totally understand, they were still supportive and helpful and encouraging, and all of that is what drives this show.
Yeah, it really is. And it's a part of all of this too. Why, again, too, these community shows are really so great is to kind of, do something as a show to kind of give back to the community ultimately that gives so much to me in the long run. And that's really all the free stuff. You know what I mean? Clicking that like button, sharing with your friends and letting them know about our channel and our show and all of that sort of stuff. All these free things that you guys do to support us are really, really amazing. But it's also just really awesome too that, folks, jump in and contribute to the show as well too. And we haven't really dug into a lot of this yet, as we'll have some stuff coming up here probably in the next several weeks coming up here where we'll be talking about some of the other things where we'll be going and working to be raising and doing some things to fundraise, to build up a better show budget so that we can be prepared either for things that might happen eventually down the road or could possibly, or could give us the opportunity to do some really cool things and some different things that we could do with the show as well too. So we really do appreciate everybody who has given and who has shown support financially to the show, besides all of the really cool free stuff that you all do. And so we will be hitting up on this more and more. So I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. It's taken a little while because this is something I've been doing here on the Urban Gardener for 8-9 years almost, maybe somewhere around, maybe it is 9 years now. I'd have to really do the math, but it's 9 years. It was 2017, you guys, in January. So 9 years now, and most all of it I've never wanted to really, hey guys, send us some money, do all this sort of stuff, like that sort of stuff. But I've wanted everything to be something that we give out and we do and all this stuff, and I really want to make sure that everything really is as free as possible around here. But at the same time, we can't run a show like this and we can't keep things really going without doing some sort of fundraising, some sort of thing like that, right? As we've learned, especially over this last year, Jay. And so that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. And it's only, really, I don't want any pressure either. There's never going to be pressure on anybody. But at the same time, if you do have the ability to contribute, if you do have the ability to jump in with a super chat every now and then, that's going to be awesome. We'll be promoting super chats and those sort of stuff. Like I said, you can do those sort of things, but there's also links down below to like Venmo, Cash App, and those sort of things. So you could do direct donations. There's emails and stuff that you can get as well too, if you need to contact me for any other sort of thing as well as that. But again, I thank you all so much for all you've done. Thank you, Wickershire, for contributing and helping us out with all that great information and help us set us on the right track for getting everything right back on. And we're really doing all this new stuff and all of these things new this year, Jay, because we were able to accomplish and the community was able to jump up and do things for us this last year, right?
There are so many different ways that people have supported the show, and we're happy to be mentioning fundraising at the moment. But like I said, Wickershire did a bunch of research to find us as inexpensive as possible, with the budget that we had been given, a way to save the show. And there's been people who are liking and sharing. We've got more contributors than ever in the history of the show. There's just so many different ways people are putting their time, their talent and stuff. And some of the things that you can do for the show, which is mentioned in every show, but liking and sharing, watching videos, all that stuff costs you nothing and takes literally seconds. And you think, what difference is that going to make? The algorithm with YouTube does count every one of those. So that second you spend to do that one thing makes a big difference for us.
Yeah. And especially those of you who missed maybe the beginning of the show too, and you go back and watch a replay, or if you have the opportunity to go back to the replay just to do it, if you want to do an extra little thing for us, those comments that get left in the comment section for our replays, which are basically videos, those are huge pieces of interaction that we can make towards the show that help the algorithm see things more and do things more. I mean, that's what's really, really important, though, more so than all that other stuff, is like Jay says, the quick and easy free stuff that we can do to support each other. So again, too, anybody of our guests, let's go visit them. Let's hit those like buttons. Let's go comment. Let's go show them support through those free things and all that sort of stuff, because that's what we're here as a community for, is to help support each other and all of that as well. So again, having said all of that, again, thank you all so much. We do got one more person to jump in here before we finish up all of this community show here today. So let's go ahead and real quick here, let's welcome to the show, not just someone we get to see in the chat anymore, but this person's also a contributor now to our show, who's jumping in here real soon. We'll get to see her coming up here, I think, on Monday night, right, Robin?
Yes, Monday night.
Awesome. Excellent. Great to have you here. What is that? Robin, you are so... Love it. She found a flat cap herself, too. This is just... you guys are so fun. I love it.
I live with Mr. Hat, so... I just go looking in the closet.
yeah. Did he go find it for you, or did you go rummage it out?
No, I rummaged through his stuff. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm like, there's got to be a flat cap in there. Yeah.
So Enoch, you're an influencer now. Did you have any idea?
I didn't know. Yeah, that's right. We're setting the new flat cap trend. That's for sure. This is so funny, you guys. I love it. It's such a great way to show. Again, another fun way to show some great support of all of that too, as well, is coming on here and teasing me a little bit with some flat caps. I love it. Right on, Robin. So awesome to have you jump in here with our community show here, and also again too, as we mentioned, being a contributor for our Grow What You Eat segment coming up on the Green Room Monday evening, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be on our third Green Room show coming up here. We've got, I see Brandy's in the chat right now, the Suburban Gardenista. She's going to be joining in with us. We'll have Michael Overstreet from the Garden Nerd will be a part of the chat as well. But Robin, give us a little teaser, if you can, maybe, of what you got coming up for Grow What You Eat Monday night.
Well, mine is the plant of the month. So, these are all things that I grow. And so I am not going to advise on a lemon. It's going to be something that I find productive and good in the garden. And of course, I'm all about flavor, so it's going to taste good. So hopefully my plant of the month segment is going to be very well received.
Oh, yes. I'm absolutely assured of it. I'm assured of it. I can't wait. I mean, that's one thing I'm really excited about too, and why it was really cool that we thought about having you join in with Shawnee and then Katrina too, is they each bring something a little unique to it. But Robin, you grow all these just amazing varieties and all these different things all the time, doing these really cool show and tells with your videos and your live streams and stuff. And it was just like, oh man, I can't wait to see what she's got growing and shows us in this new segment we're going to do.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be better as time goes on too, and we learn from each other. But hey, what I've been doing is packing my seeds, and
Okay.
I had fractured my shoulder on Christmas, so I'm out of the sling now, and I actually can
You're out of the
kind
sling.
of look at this.
Woo, progress.
Yeah. So I've been packing my seeds for the Door County Seed Library, and
Oh,
so
my
that's what I do. To give you an idea, that's some zinnia seeds, and I'm right now I'm a little bit over 700 packs packed for them. Dill, arugula, mizuna, chives, just Anaheim peppers, all kinds of things that I've gotten back. So it fills my time. It's something little that I can do, and it was pretty much of a struggle at first to fill the packs, but now it's much easier. I'm in PT.
Yeah.
That stands for physical torture.
Physically, I've had to do that, but
Oh.
I had a shoulder impingement about 5 years ago. That was probably one of the most awful things I've ever gone through, to tell you the truth. And I remember physical torture, believe me.
Yeah, I told my guy, who I really like a lot. I've used him before, and I said we just got to scale back just a little bit, because you got me on Wednesday. I spent most of Thursday just trying to psych up for Friday.
Oh, right.
So he scaled back a little.
Gotta psych up for it. It's like, oh no, I really don't want to right now, but I need to. You just have to. There's just no way to heal unless you do it, right? No pain, no gain, as they say, right?
That the arm was immobilized for about 4 weeks, right? So those muscles just have to get unlocked and moving again, and then hopefully we'll find that I haven't destroyed any of the rotator cuff or tendon or anything like that on top of the fracture. But that's all to come. But that's what I'm doing, and so
Yeah.
I'm not making videos right now.
No,
And
gotta.
what?
I was gonna say, it's hard to do in all the other stuff with only one arm, right? So yeah, again, you can't really be making and doing the videos very well. I
No.
remember myself too, because I was doing videos back then as well, and that's when I really was like, okay, this is when I really started to get. I have to use a tripod for everything. There's no whole, I tried holding and doing some stuff here and there, but it's just with the whole thing, it didn't work out. So I had to do things completely different in order to make it happen. And it wasn't easy at all.
And I'm doing the Master Gardener class. I've completed the first half, but I got the second half of it coming up in a couple of weeks. And I'm a note taker. I'm old fashioned, right? So I'm really trying to get this hand, my dominant hand, ready to write and take notes, because that comes off in 4 weeks. I have 10 tests to take, and then a big test. And so I mean, that's my where I'm hyper focused right now. But anyway, yeah, coming up on the next segment of Roots and Rambles that we're doing over on
Shawnee's talking about there on screen. Yeah.
Our first one was garden myths and hacks, and that was really, really good. Our next one's going to be about winter sowing. So make sure you look out for that coming up in
Do we have a date? Still working on a date?
Shawnee's life is not, 3
We know how that goes.
yada, yada. We're hopefully going to, give about a 3-day notice. So just make sure that you're subscribed to her channel, so that when it's coming up. Other than that, as far as my channel goes, it's going to be quiet. I don't
Yeah.
have much going on. I finally got some microgreens started and some little stuff like that going. In about a week, I'll get my onions going
Okay.
and celery, celeriac. But I just need a little bit more mobility so that I
How much
can.
more longer do you have? They say. At least you're.
Well, it's
Or they
I'm
estimate,
through the first,
anyways.
yeah, I'm through the first 4 weeks, and the bone's knitting, so it's
Mm-hmm.
enough to start the physical therapy, and then it takes about another 4 weeks for the bone to fully knit, and
Yeah.
then I'll be in physical therapy for at least 2 months, maybe three,
Mhm. Yeah.
3 times a week.
Yeah. Shoulder can be really tough.
Yeah, I did a job. I did it good.
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, it's just amazing to I could not believe the amount of things that go through the rest of your arm, the rest of your body, and your back and everything as far as what's connected here in your shoulder. Like, oh, it was just, I'm telling you, it was one of the most awful things I've ever had to go through. Oh,
Well, and it's
shoulders are
crazy.
awful. If you hurt
It's
those
crazy
things,
because I
man.
get this crazy pain down here, and I'm like, yeah, it's down here. And both the doctor and the physical therapy are like, yeah, no, Robin, it's up in the shoulder.
But you're gonna
It's
the
firm.
injuries here. You're gonna feel it all the way through down here and into and they were like, yeah, it's gonna feel like it's coming from right here, but it's actually right here. It's like, wow, and it's oh my gosh, that's pain where tears start coming to your eyes, and you just don't know if you can really go. You do it, but
You
you don't
do
know
it.
if you can. You
Yeah,
don't know if you can in the moment for sure.
yeah, it's just, you know what you have
Yeah,
to do. As long
that's
as
right.
someone reassures me that I'm not doing something bad to the bone at
That's right.
at this point.
Yeah.
That's what I need. Shawnee's asking, I thought you weren't growing celeriac. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Shawnee, but I think I'm going to put at least maybe 3 celeriac in there because they're so delicious, and
Mhm.
maybe 3 celery. Just that's it,
Do it.
just so I
Do
have
it. Do
some
it.
in there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
oh my gosh, I don't know about you guys, but I did 21 tomatoes last year, and I just swore that I wasn't going to do that many, and I was gonna get it down to 15, but
It's
then I
hard. It's too
watched
hard.
this show and that show, and I'm like, "Oh, but I wanna try."
Yeah, yeah. You can't go flipping through catalogs or checking out other things and stuff if you're trying to limit yourself to doing things. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna add something to it when it comes
It's
down to it. All right,
it's
real
just
quick, one last fast question for you here, Robin, before we get moving on here today. Habitual Hobbies wants to know, what growing zone are you in?
I am in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and I'm zone 5B.
5B, and I think Habitual also said that they subscribe to your channel and will be following along, so that's right
Great,
on.
thank you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Rob's looks like he's getting moving on, but yeah, that's what we got to do here too. So again, Robin, thank you so much for jumping on with us here today and getting in on our community show and all of that. And we definitely really look forward to see what you got growing on with the plan of the month and all of that is come Monday night on the Green Room. So definitely be sure to come and join with us and see Robin's Grow What You Eat segment for our Green Room segment on Monday. So again, thank you, Robin, for being here. So awesome to have you.
Bye now.
And all right, everybody, we're going to take a real quick break here and we'll be right back and we'll finish
Thank
this
you.
all up. Thank you, Robin.
Bye.
Hey gardeners, thanks for tuning in to our show today. We'll be right back at it here in just a moment. I just wanted to take a second here to highlight our regular videos and features here on the Urban Gardener channel. Our weekly garden journals, our incredible feature visits.
All right, all right. Here we are. What another great community show here today to catch up with all of our friends who join us in the chat each and every week here. We got to talk with Bowtie David. We had Joe from Muddy Puddles Farm, Big Will Dog in the soil there. We got Robin from Robin Gardens. I mean, what a great, great day of conversation with all of our friends, Jay.
It was a fabulous day, and I can't believe how every time we do this, the time just disappears like crazy, and we have people that are sort of stretching their personal comfort zones to come here and be with us. Yes.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome, man. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Good point, Habitual. Make sure you hit that like while we have time, for sure, definitely. But as well, everybody who joined with us today, if you were on the show, I know a couple are here, I think maybe, but anyways, keep that link. Come and join with us after the show for a special after show chat. That's what you get to do if you spend the time joining with us. If you're brave enough to click the link and be here with us on the community show, we do also have fun after show chat with everybody as well too. So let's get through here. We got just a couple of minutes to do a real quick rundown. How you want to sit with me real quick here while I get through this, Jay?
I just want to throw out one thing because I'm being conceited, is I just put out a link to the Gardner Scott mastering moderation thing. The reason I want to mention that is because I have a big fat ego, because
let's do it.
All of you showed me so much love that day. For those of you that don't know what happened, the short version is, over the years, I've started to develop a little bit of a thing of moving moderation into something called facilitation. I've done it on a number of channels, and Gardner Scott gave me a platform to talk about why I do it, how I do it, etc., etc. And luckily for me, in that wonderful interview, I didn't get to see all the fabulous chat happening, because it was a big warm hug to me after the show to see all the love that was happening in the comments and in the chat area. And so I'm providing the link there for those of you who have not seen it. As a facilitator, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to hit, at the bottom of the video, you're going to have to put the chat up, and then you'll want to go to live chat so you see it all. And the short version is, I had a lot of trouble getting my head through the door because of my ego from all of the fabulous comments that was made. So much positivity.
Oh, man. You did such a great job, and it was such a wonderful interview with Gardner Scott and all of that. So, yeah. Definitely everybody go and check that out. Go and leave a comment there. Show Jay some support in the comments of that replay as well too. Like we said, let's do all those cool, fun, free things that we can do around here for sure. All right. So real quick here, let's do a real quick rundown of what we got coming up here. Everybody, again, if you didn't go and check out last week's show, we had Destin Note from Texas Garden Guy and the Garden Party podcast on with us. Go back and check that out. We also had Sean and Allison from Spoken Garden on our Are You Following Me? Last week's Sunday edition, we had Christopher Bransdahl from Norway and King Star from Texas joining with us for their regular every other month garden roundtable discussion. So you'll want to go and check that out, as well as our real, almost first real kind of official, but I don't know if really, we still got some kinks to work out, and Joe was a little bit late, but we got a great conversation with Joe Lample from Joe Gardner in on the green room as well. You want to go back and check that out. It is a little bit longer because we wanted to make sure we had a great conversation with him, and so we kept him around for a little bit longer to make sure we did. So go and check that out, as well as our monthly gardening book club. This month we've got Willie Galloway's Veggie for Breakfast. Veggies for Breakfast is our featured book this month. Definitely join with us on the third Sunday in February for that conversation with Willie and her really awesome book, Veggies for Breakfast. Join with us tomorrow as it's another appointment with our good friend, Dr. Jeff. Dr. Jeffrey Pierce will join with us for another one of his Gardening as Medicine shows here. And we're going to talk a little bit about blue zones with Dr. Jeff tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, Monday night, the green room with Natalie and I. Natalie from the Fresh Princess is our co-host, and her and I will be talking with the Suburban Gardenista. Brandy does our trivia for our Saturday shows, so she's going to join with us on our Monday night green room, along with Michael Overstreet from the Garden Nerd. You want to check that out, as well as, here we go, real quick. Next week, though, next Saturday on the show, back on the show, one of my favorite old school gardeners, Gary Pilarczyk from the Rusted Garden, will be with us next Saturday for the conversation. So definitely come and join with us next Saturday, as well as next Sunday is the second Sunday of the month. And the second Sunday of the month means we've got our good friend Gardner Scott. We just mentioned Jay was on his show, on his channel this last Monday being interviewed, and we'll have Gardner Scott on our show and our channel this next Sunday for Ask Gardner Scott, where he answers all of your gardening questions. So bring your gardening questions, as well as we got our green room next Monday with Andre the Farmer and Gardening Gray are going to join Natalie and I for the conversation. So we got lots of great things coming up and growing on here on the Let's Get Growing show for you all. And I missed my mark again. So whatever, when it comes down to it, but I'll get there eventually. I swear I will. I swear I will. But Jay, what another fun community show here today, and really awesome to get to hang out with you as well too. I think this is a great way to do our community shows with me and you together, co-hosting and getting these fun conversations with our community in.
Well, when it comes right down to it, the community is what the show is about, and we are so glad to have some time with all of you. And for those of you that didn't step up this week, this time there will be future community shows, so watch for that space and your place in our community show.
That's right. Because this show and these shows like today are all about you, all about those of you who come and join with us each weekend and participate in all of these just amazing, awesome gardening conversations we get to have with all these awesome gardeners. And so it's awesome to be able to hang out with you. We'll definitely make sure we let you know of the next one that will be coming up just a little bit later on in the year. We'll do this every now and then when we can throughout the year, and that'll be your chance to come and join with us. I want to see some really new faces this next time. So again, thank you all for being here with us. All right, Jay, I think we should call it today, right?
Yes, terrific.
All right.
Thank you all for being with us today.
Absolutely. And definitely be sure to join with us again tomorrow for the Sunday edition. We'll see all of you then.
The ugliest plant in the world, but I love it.